Okay, so after I don't know how many years, I think 20, almost 20 years using a Google account, now I left. I left the Google. So basically what triggered me was I lost one of the accounts that I have. It was not, of course, it was not the main account, but basically just because I didn't have a secondary email for recovering password or a phone, or I mean actually I had a phone, but I changed my number after I don't know 15 years with a number. I moved to a different city, and then I basically didn't have that old number anymore. And what happened is, boom, I could not recover my account. It drove me nuts. It drove me nuts because I mean I lost, you know, few emails that I wouldn't say it's like very important, not at all. But that just blew my mind because basically I thought, hey, what if it were my main Google account? So and then I start figuring out, and one of the communities I found, I mean, past year, everything I'm talking about was happened past year. So this the Google on Reddit is a community that shares a lot of experience from people moving away from Google, from Gmail, mostly specific, and then there are a lot of very useful stories, very useful, stories about how people moved away because their accounts were locked in. So I was completely locked in. I couldn't. The thing is, what about if it was my main account? If I lost my almost 20 years of history, of course I had backups, but still, people would still email me. But if I have my own email on my own domain, I would just change the DNS, right? Just change the way it is. I have the entire control where the emails are going to, and then I could just change that and continue and move on with my life. But because I had Google, that's not the case. So I moved away. I'm currently using Proton, and yes, I mean, it works very well. It works very well. I thought I would be missing a lot. I'll miss a lot Gmail, but actually, I mean, Gmail, it's a very good, web email. You can check, on browser and everything. But a Proton does a very good job, and it's privacy first. That's the thing I'm loving the most. It provides everything you need, folders, tags, beautiful UI, security, privacy first. Not even them know what's going on in the emails because Gmail reads your emails. At least that's what they said, right? Who knows? But anyway, so I mean, they're moving forward in this privacy world. Privacy first world. So I'm just enjoying. I'm a living testimony that's worth. And I thought that would be all just insane. That would take years to really move away from Google services and everything. Yes, I still have in my Gmail account, but I only use for calendar and trivial things that I can lose, and I shouldn't worry about it. But yes, it didn't take so much time because basically I had my Gmail account registered everywhere, and I was slowly change here and there in another service. When I got an email in Gmail, oh hey, let me take some time to reset my email. And it was also a good opportunity to make sure the password was a very long 30 plus characters password, and also with my own email, with my own domain. I mean, it just pays off. It just pays off. Now I can rest assured that all my data, it's my control. I do backup frequently, so that's just a dream. I don't know how I was just stuck in the Google and Gmail for so long, but now thank goodness, because I had the opportunity to lose entirely one of my minor accounts, and then I just realized, that's a very big concern. That's a big concern I should take care of. And then I start changing. And you know what? In a month or so, everything was in basically 90+%, or things that matter the most was already on Proton. So on my own domain, that was amazing. So I strongly encourage you to take this move because it's a very important for your own safety. All right. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.